thing's half done.
Could barely drag my ass out of bed.
Off to market I go.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist. Nothing's coming to me, Master.
I must be vigilant. The townspeople depend on me. Go on, take it. I'm going to go exploring.
Not without its charms.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
Off to market I go.
I heard a rumour that this land was once a kingdom of beastrons. Truly? Quite, though no definitive records remain.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
One hopes these carts offer comfort commensurate to their costs.
Onward to our destination.
Indeed. I wonder what trials lie ahead.
True enough. Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
One of us has been drenched! Keep on them, Arisen, and I'll strike them down.
Miss, then you shame us both. I suppose I ought mention this as well. Pawns in this party are really
Here, try to lightning on your side. Not bad.
plenty more where that came from.
I concur.
Magic's a fate and must be recast.
Should your pack grow over full,
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
No doubt this triumph will spur us into the next. While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way.
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Feast your eyes on this!
You see, this should be of use.
That ladder's round here somewhere. Stop!
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
Now here's a surprise.
At least all our efforts weren't for naught.
Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this. I can't imagine we're in need of a campsite just now.
Let us return once we've grown tired from our labors.
No! I'm not sending anyone into that cave!
But Jonas, isn't it your duty to aid our people?
I've held my tongue till now, but no longer. You would leave one of your own to die. This is impermissible. A village is nothing without its people. Sacrificing that poor soul amounts to cutting off your own arm. As Half's leader, you ought to strive to do whatever you can to bring him back alive. Can you truly say this decision benefits your people, Jonas?
Who are you to question me? I'll suffer none of your impudence, outsider! Be gone from our village!
I, Jonas, I am an outsider, and therefore have no reason to heed any commands you would give. I shall follow my own will, and do what must needs be done. All those with the strength and courage to do the same, join me at Stormwind Cave.
Let us do everything in our power to render aid to those in need.
Well met. Looking to make a purchase? Much obliged, sir.
I must confess, naught rattles me quite so much as the unexpected snuffing of my lantern light. We're unlikely to find any warm hearths down here.
We'd best be prepared to make our own light before we proceed.
Understood. We've arrived, just as planned.
'Tis you. Have you come to join us in our rescue effort? My thanks. We shan't fail with you by our side. The captured villager ought to be within. Let us hurry.
No doubt we will have to plumb the cave's depths to find our charge. Shall we press on? I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
The captured villager ought to be within. Let us hurry.
I will not be swayed.
I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well, well. That's quite a discovery.
Over here, if you please. Be on your guard. There are innumerable corners where an enemy might conceal themselves. Keep your voice. Fight is our ally against such thieves. Over here, if you would.
I will not be swayed.
The captured villager ought to be within.
I will not be swayed.
At once, Master. done no better.
Perhaps you'd like to take care of it.
Glyndwr.
I grant you love, man.
I'm saved. Thank you.
Thank heavens you yet live. Let us be on our way. The other villagers shall be thrilled to see you in good health, I'm sure.
Over here, if you please.
We ought to hurry back. There is nothing to be gained from lingering here.
Thanks, sir. I'd be roasting her a spit if it weren't for you, so to speak.
I enjoy tackling fierce foe.
You have my admiration. I doubt even my own master has obtained an article so rare. I pose we scour this place anew. Who knows what we might find?
Quite right. No sense doing things by halves.
It is rather high. It might be beyond our reach.
Master, I believe I could be of aid here. Might I be of assistance?
Over here, if you would. Here we are.
You have returned triumphant, I see. Oh, what a relief.
Indeed. And now that the task is done, I shall leave Har village, ne'er to return. In exchange, I beg you to forgive those who joined me. I incited them, and so I alone ought to suffer the penalty of exile. Yet I will go forth from this village with my head held high, glad in the knowledge that no lives were sacrificed under my watch.
There'll be no need for that, Ulrika. In light of your good deeds, all shall be forgiven.
After you left, we who remained discussed that which our village treasures most. It is as you yourself have said, a village is nothing without its people. We ought to have learnt that lesson well after the dragon chased us from our homes. Yet 'twas your heartfelt plea that reminded us of it. Ulrika, would you honor our village by becoming its chief? 'Tis our hope that you will guide us, and that your kindness and wisdom shall unite our people, human and bestian both.
Aye. If that is what is needed, I shall rise to the call of duty. I vow to protect this village and its people with my life.
I could not have imagined a better outcome. The village will surely prosper in Sir Ulrika's care.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
Mayhap I ought to be getting home. Mayhap I ought to be getting home. Can't do much on an empty...
Well met, sir.
For bread and board, you'll find none better. Do stop by again.
At least dream.
Eyes on my back, watching Marion Tale to be. I'll not hang about. I'm just grateful I get to lead a
All
quiet
this
life.
world and so few coin to show for it.
Fancy a little more quiz?
We have found a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
An impressive view. We can infer much of the lay of the land from here.
Perhaps we might take a moment to savour the scene.
True enough.
look. A chest. Well, I shan't get my hopes up.
There's treasure within, I'm certain of it. But there's only one way to find out.
Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Well met, sir. How might I be of service? Do come again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch.
Well met, sir. How might I... be of service? Do come again.
It seems to me we'll find some rare materials here.
Well spotted. Shall we see what we can find?
The sun's too bright for these poor eyes.
What brings you here?
I'll pick that up. We might have need of it.
It's quiet without. It's been a hard day.
A lonely place.
I never should have come here.
Well met, sir.
For bread and board, you'll find none better. Glad to be of service, sir. Can I interest you in a room, sir? Do stop by again.
My way would have protected the village just the same. But the fact remains that Ulrika saved a life I couldn't have. And so I step down and allow her to take my place.
I'm in a hurry to leave.
Burr stands on end.
If I grin and bear it, I'll make it.
I'd best make myself scarce.
Couldn't tell you how, but the scene's changed of late.
I'll go and open the chest.
Where would our village be without you, Sir Arisen? Many thanks for flying to our aid yet again.
No one's coming to assail us. Mayhap we've scared them all off. Should you need to communicate in Elvish?
I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
One path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
I'm sure there's a very good reason for this detour. We must respect our master's wishes. There, master! And over!
You must remain vigilant.
Let my magic's gone through the head.
Continue our onslaught, and the behemoth will soon topple.
Oh, there's a victory in the hand. Let us finish this. No call here.
On my way. A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We'll find a use for it, I'm sure.
As a matter of fact, curious thing, one of my former masters chose to hire only women.
I wonder why. I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Poison is a nasty. I will hold the enemy still.
It is broken. Ah, but hold a moment. Methinks I espy a way through.
Forgive me. I could not help but laugh.
I knew that I could count upon your strength, Arisen.
Strike with lightning on your side. Let me get that. This calls for a curative. One of us has been poisoned!
Dare I say it? We trounced our foe, well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
Look, Master. A treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Have a gander at my wares. Can't regret it. Pleasure doing business with you. What should I get up to today? Surely I'm overdue.
We've little need for a campsite at present.
Time spent camping isn't necessarily time wasted.
My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Have you forgotten something, Arisen? You're looking rather lost.
My back's so stiff after a
Really now, you mustn't shirk your duty. Lest you forget, 'tis the Arisen we serve here. This calls for a curative. Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead, in another world. I learned that a forgotten riftstone lies nearby. Shall I escort you there, Master? Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
I say we give it a push and see what happens.
At times, I find myself wondering why we must fight against our fellows.
Suppose 'tis so?
Poison is a nasty. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look.
must finding these be so difficult?
Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
You are in need of healing. Allow me. Wait a moment. Naught like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Indeed. Surely we've time for a short kip ere we continue on our merry way. If we're to destroy this, it will have to be from the other side.
Nothing else for it, I suppose. I expect this would fetch a fair sum at market.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last.
Let me get that. We ought to keep watch, lest we be set upon from behind.
Naught can threaten us if we watch each other's back. We've got goblins! I grant you lightning spans. Do try not to catch cold. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon. I've an inkling this place will yield a rarity or two.
Well, well. That's quite a discovery.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
'Tis a tad inconvenient that we can't share equipment.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow, and mind the ceiling. Pray. Speak up should you notice or to miss.
I don't suppose begging for a reprieve would get us far with one of this lot.
Of course. Here, strike with lightning on your side. First time clapping eyes on such an item. I expect my own master has yet to even discover it.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
You'll not live to regret this!
Well done. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I did my best to match your skill, Master. I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Fall back, and I will heal you with my magic. Hold right there.
I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can.
there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
Let us ponder how best to proceed.
I grant you lightning's fangs.
A hidden path? I suppose there will be monsters lurking beyond it.
Pray, keep your wits about you. We needn't go barging in. It is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Yon ox cart is broken beyond repair.
Harpies, be on your guard.
Hope you weren't expecting mercy.
One of our number is unconscious. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Ought to do the trick. It seems we have arranged our foe.
Reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
I am well aware of that.
It is a foe worthy of caution. Naught save our best for you. risen. I'm overjoyed to have completed the task my master set for me.
Aptly said.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
Here, strike with lightning on your side. Our homecoming is at hand.
One can only withstand the perils of the open road for so long.
True enough.
I've heard some interesting tidings about town.
Regarding the Vermundian military, yes.
'Twould seem the Queen Regent has made significant alterations to the chain of command.
Go on then. Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad. Have you found any of the items we discussed, perchance?
Always a pleasure.
Oh, what does this say?
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
What to do?
Ho there. Would you lend your ear to my request? You have my gratitude.
I have no issue for... can't tell you how I suffered at the hands of golems in that other world. I hope I shan't see another for some time.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway?
Would that I could spend all day here.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
I'll feel a sight better once I've had my dinner.
Well met, son. How might I be of service?
Just as it should. This is my sort of place. The more the merrier. I quite like it.
I've got the sharpest ears in town.
Seems I've caught someone's eye.
I don't know what to do.
Washes all my troubles clean away, this place.
Hearing such joyous voices. Pray, take this.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel, but you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. I beg only for your patience. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
What am I supposed to do?
Not much going on.
This place offers a view of the sea.
Well, we shan't be diving in anytime soon.
My greens are second to...
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. You're not a patient, are you? I suppose you must be a visitor. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. I am grateful beyond words, sir. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humours, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir. May your search prove fruitful.
Tellers, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms, monsters that wander the world at night.
Ah, yes, now I see.
Perfect spot for a kid. Unexpected.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
Perhaps the Arisen has recalled some more pressing business. Fret not. I'm sure we'll come back to this eventually.
Bigger the crowd, less eyes on me. No one will disturb me here. Not my kind of place, this. Buy me a bar.
I haven't seen my husband.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Moment I let go, I got
As well hang about. I'm in no rush.
I'm going to go exploring.
unexpected fare so well.
Hoi! How do you do?
Is there no escape?
It's busy out today. I don't know what to do. What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers that ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count on you, Arisen. I'll be waiting.
Our next... next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhap silver ore will serve. We can purchase it, or mine it up ourselves.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the gracious hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hiya, Risen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please say yes.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
I suppose 'tis so.
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
This place is very dreary. Times are hard. I'm barely
Nice place to sit.
Oh dear.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen.
Naught of import ever happens here, anyhow.
You shan't hear me complain.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Off we go then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Sometimes I wonder if I'm in fine fettle today.
This is my sort of place. The more the merrier. Finish it tomorrow.
What good can come of my being here?
Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? I find myself wondering how the young lass fares. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek.
What to do? What to do? Hoya, Risen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of. Hoya, Risen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Thank you, Arisen. But we'll be needing a little more than this. The purifying process uses up an awful...
Oi, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet?
Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time? Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now we've need of medicine. We can purchase it at shops, or make some ourselves by combining the ingredients.
'Tis easily done.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. My legs are stiff as boards after training.
This is why life gets overwhelming.
Haste makes waste, as they say.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Might as well take a look while you're... Here, eh? Many thanks.
Fancy a look at my wares? No eating on. No hurry to leave. Should I get up today?
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
All this quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
I don't feel safe here. It's so dull.
Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought any medicine with you?
Now that's just splendid.
Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
'Tis as you say.
Can't wait for the new equipment coming.
Oh, sir, if you please. Pray, excuse my boldness, sir. I am but a humble maid in service to a noble household. Might I beg a moment of your time? My master is in need of aid, you see, and I'm hoping you'll consider offering your assistance. Oh, thank you, sir. You cannot imagine my relief. Might we continue this conversation somewhere more discreet? The matter it concerns is rather sensitive, and I would not risk being overheard. You will find my master's manor in the noble quarter. Pray, meet me there at your earliest convenience.
Shall we visit the manor, as the maid bid? Follow me, master. I shall guide you to the location.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Quite a predicament. Places such as this depend upon my vigil.
Oh, you came, sir. I must confess, I feared you would not. But I forget myself. You must be wondering why I asked you here. I should like to speak with an acquaintance of yours, a child with whom I espied you conversing. She is the spitting image of my young master, you see. 'Tis my hope that she might take his place for a time, thereby granting him a reprieve from his sorry situation.
Diana, would you paint my mother a criminal? Ahem. Perhaps I ought to be the one to explain.
Young master, I meant no offense.
Diana has the right of it, though the situation is not nearly so dire as she makes it sound. I seek only the freedom to leave my own home. My mother is bedridden, you see, and her mind is not so sharp as it once was. Whenever I am absent, she grows terribly distressed. By leaving a look-alike in the house, I hope to ensure her peace of mind while I attend to matters of my own. Would you be willing to lend your assistance? Splendid! Thank you so very much.
'Twas in the slums that I witnessed you speaking with the girl. Would you be so kind as to bring her here?
Predicament.
Let me get that.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. Wonder how long this job's supposed to last.
Perfect spot for a kid.
Arisen! I was hoping you'd come by, so I could thank you again for all your help. You really made a difference around here. Hmm? You wanted to ask me a favor this time? All right. How can I help? So, this noble boy wants me to pretend to be him? I'm not sure that'd work. I mean, I don't know the first thing about being a noble. Besides, are you sure we can trust these people? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. All right, I'll do it. But if I'm not very good at it, it's not my fault, okay?
There's got to be something fun to do here.
Lead on. Let's go see this noble boy.
Somehow my feet always carry me.
I suppose that's enough for today.
It's good to see people in such high spirits.
Wish I had someone to share this spot with.
Would that I could spend all day. I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
Decent sleep. Dear me.
Quite the predicament.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Look, young master. She's here.
Indeed. I could be staring into a mirror. Diana, will you dress her and instruct her in her role?
As you wish, young master. This way, if you please, miss.
What a kindness you've done me. Now I can go and fetch a gift for Mother. I'm hoping a little cheer will aid her in her recovery, and a flower from Melve seems just the thing. She was born there, you see. No doubt her days would be brighter with a memento of her old home by her bedside.
All is ready, young master. You need only finish your preparations for the journey.
You know, the roads around Melve are supposed to be really dangerous. I heard the safest way to get there is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
The lands around Melve are rife with poisonous flora. I'd hoped to pack an antidote for the young master, but the shops had none to spare. 'Tis not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a curative that accounts for both?
It seems Master Sebastian is lacking a few supplies. Shall we gather what springs to mind?
When does my watch end? I've clean forgotten.
The lands around Melva, it is not only poison the plants in.
Might test the technique I thought of yesterday.
Well then, I ought to be off, I suppose. I must confess, I feel rather uneasy. This is my first time leaving the city. I only hope I've not forgotten anything of import. You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest? My thanks. I'm certain these will come in useful. Now, I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Thank you for your aid in all of this, sir. I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward, so pray do come visit us again.
There's a ladder here. Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
I'm in no hurry to leave.
I have no issue.
Good morrow, everyone.
Come, we've much to be getting on with. I hope you slept well.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. I'm yours to command, Arisen.
This is where I come when life gets overwhelming.
I wonder how Master Sebastian and Miss Daphne fare of late. Shall we pay them a visit? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change.
Home at last.
Welcome home, young master.
Thank you, Diana. I am glad to be back. 'Twas a hard journey, but I found what I sought. A blue Sunbright, the sigil of our house. I only hope Mother will be pleased.
Oh, a blue Sunbright. I thought they were make-believe.
Oh no, they're quite real. Rather rare, though, and particularly to Melv. I'm surprised you've heard of them, to be frank.
Really? Well, there's a picture of one stuck to the inner cover of a book that was donated to the Gracious Hand. I asked Sir Kendrick about it. He told me the flower's name.
A picture, you say? How very odd.
I believe Miss Daphne is describing a bookplate. The book in question will have been a donation from this very house. Indeed, the mistress has been very generous in her support of the Gracious Hand over the years.
For true? Oh, I must tell her thank you.
I think I could arrange that. I'm certain my mistress would be delighted.
Yes. Well, as for me, I'm just pleased to be home safe and sound.
All this racket. What's going on? Good gracious, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, you must be the lady who's been supporting the Gracious Hand. Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
What precisely have you told this girl?
Not a word, mistress. I swear it.
Good. As for you, girl, you need not thank me. 'Tis the privilege of the nobility to help those who are less fortunate. Now, 'tis getting late. You had best be off. Do be sure to leave the house unseen. And fare you well, child. Know that where'er life may lead you, you may take pride in who you are. Come, Diana. I would speak with you alone. You have some explaining to do.
What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
The air certainly took a foul turn back there. Perchance we stepped on aught we shouldn't have.
I scarce know what to make of this outcome.
To think the lady here has been supporting the Gracious Hand for so long. I must find a way to thank her. Are all the nobles so kind? I can't wait to tell everybody at the Gracious Hand that I met the lady who gave us the book with the pretty flower.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
I say, we collect as much as we can carry.
Seems my feet always lead me here.
Not much going on.
Mayhap this ladder is here for a reason.
After you, Arisen?
No easy answers here.
I'm not sure. Not a care in the world.
I'm tired of breaking my back for someone else.
No one will disturb me here.
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Splendid. You've my gratitude. Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say you? Would you care to accompany me? As servants of the Gracious Hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. an unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. At any rate, I'd best continue on my rounds. Pray, stay as long as you wish. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare. We've enough to make a fresh batch now, thanks to a kind donation.
Psst! You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Gah... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the Gracious Hand, come tell me of them, won't you? I'd see to it myself, but I can hardly move.
Ahoy! How do you do? Nothing ever seems to happen round here. There's all sorts to do round here.
Might you be a friend of Lubomir's? He's seen better days, hasn't he? There has been talk of sending him down to the basement, should his condition fail to improve. That is, the basement sick room, where our most critical patients convalesce under the abbess's care. None of the other sisters are permitted entry, including myself. Teles, she gives the patients a special medicine. I know not what kind. At times I hear strange cries and moans drift up from below. Which is to be expected. Those who come here suffer all manner of afflictions, you see. And yet, a part of me is afeared for them.
So, the worst of us are taken to the basement. Mayhap that's the source of the queer voices I hear at night. And none save the abbess can enter? If the Gracious Hand has a secret, 'tis the abbess who keeps it, I reckon. You've done this much for me. Would you be willing to go further? I must find out what goes on down there. Oh, you've my thanks. I just can't stomach the thought of lying here not knowing. Of course, all the better should your search come to naught. But if you do find aught amiss down in that basement, it must be the abbess's doing. Should you find evidence fit to implicate her, will you help me see to it that justice is carried out? See, I've already reported my suspicions to the Sentinels, and we've arranged a signal. If you apprehend the abbess, they'll know to come and arrest her. So I beg you, sir, find the evidence you need, if it exists to be found.
To get to the bottom of what is happening at the Gracious Hand, we shall have to acquire evidence of any misdeeds.
It is as you say.
It would be prudent to investigate the most suspicious place first, methinks. Shall we make for the basement sick room? Pray, allow me to show you the way.
Well, if you insist. I'm only glad I don't have to lead the way for a change. I know not why, but the words basement sick room set my hair on end. Shall we investigate?
I concur. We've arrived, just as planned.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
Regrettably, I am not equipped with the knowledge to guide you on that quest. You shall have to hire a pawn who is.
Wait for the new equipment.
This place is very dreary.
Coins no good. My back.
There's a ladder here.
We're up
I'm afraid I don't have any knowledge about that quest as yet. If you require guidance, you must hire a pawn who does.
Can't put a price on the
I fancy a kip. All this quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
I don't like it here. I want to go home. We are never.
Tell is, Vermund was once the Beastren Kingdom.
Fascinating.
How might we enter the basement sick room?
Not a bad idea.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs. Days like this.
Trade
Not the
fails
fry.
how true time would say.
I'd sooner stay out of the back.
Look at them. Bunch of careless fools.
I suppose that's enough for one day. To be protected.
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
We found some evidence, but there might be more to discover. Let us scour every inch of this room.
Aptly said. Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon. Most would be abed at this hour, but not so the Arisen, I see. I enjoy tackling fierce foe. What about this reeks of a plot? Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
You're back. Pray, tell me, have you found anything? What? You found a medicine used only in the basement sick room? I don't like the sound of that. do you think... Could I trouble you to look into this as well? Mayhap you could show it to the doctor I saw before coming here. Radcliffe, his name was. He's staying in the rest town. Pray, sir, do what you can. I must know.
Methinks we would do well.
You're back! Pray, tell me, have you found anything? These look like records of treatment. Johann and Bruno. I know these two. They left here not long ago, fit as a pair of fiddles. I recall them being especially meek to the abbess. Mayhap that's what got them out safely. At any rate, they may know aught of use. Loath as I am to ask more of you, perhaps you would speak to them in my stead?
Perfect spot for a kid.
Ah, Sir Arisen. I've been meaning to speak with you. Did you, perchance, pay a visit to the House of the Blue Sunbright? I see. After the rather strongly worded letter I received, I feared as much. 'Twas under unique circumstances, shall we say, that Daphne came to reside with us. You must understand, the House of the Blue Sunbright is our most generous benefactor, and their favor hinges upon our continued discretion. Thus, for the sake of all who reside herein, I beg you to steer Daphne away from any further contact with that household. Though it pains me to perpetuate the girl's misfortune, it must be done, if the gracious hand is to continue to function. Sir, pray see to it that naught akin to the recent debacle be allowed to occur again.
Do you perchance remember me? You once knew me as maid to the young master, Sebastian. Well, I'm his maid no longer. Though I meant no harm, the mistress saw fit to turn me out. Tell no other soul of this, but the girl I had you fetch was none other than Sebastian's own twin sister. Afeard of inviting conflict over their inheritance, Daphne's family branded her a cursed babe and sent her away. Yet the loss of her newborn child drove the mistress half mad with grief. She's been bedridden ever since. I had hoped the sight of her long-lost daughter might rekindle some vital spark within my mistress. But alas, 'twould seem it was not to be. In the end, my good intentions served only to rob me of my station. I suppose 'twas no less than my due for meddling in the affairs of the nobility. I haven't seen my husband.
Let me get that.
Elena. Ah, yes. The abbess of the gracious hand. A fine woman by all accounts. I was in her care once myself. But I must admit, I've always felt there's something off about her. You see, I was only a little under the weather when I entered her care. But then I started getting sicker and sicker till I was certain death would come for me. In the end, I survived, but methinks I was one of the lucky few. So many died down there. And once, I saw her, the abbess, meeting with a strange man. She handed him a large parcel, all wrapped up. and he gave her something small in return. You'd think 'twere medicine, but I'd not have bought medicine from a man like that. He had the look of a scoundrel about him. They were whispering, but I did hear one of them say aught about keeping quiet. 'Tis well suspicious, eh? Where'd they meet? 'Twas in the square in the eastern part of the common quarter, and always a night, as I recall.
Lady Eleanor's a goodly person, a saint-like. Her earnest care saw me back to full health. I wavered between life and death for quite some time in that basement sick room, and she watched o'er me through it all, bless her. Can't say as I miss that basement, mind. 'Tis an eerie place, dark and shadowy, filled with the moaning of the sick. Suppose 'tis only to be expected, given the state of those assembled. I'm sure I was moaning too.
Interested in my wares?
Right at home.
Ought to take a moment to replenish my strength. Go on, have a look.
Should I trace life to its source, what might I find? This can't be happening.
No trouble here. I'll best move along.
Ought to take a moment to replenish my strength.
I've not much to say at the moment.
This place gives me an ill feeling. So dull when
All this quiet makes me itch to cause a stir.
This might be worth a read.
A thorough perusal might reveal aught of interest.
Wonder what's going on in town. Might go and see. Whatever am I to do?
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
Wood.
Ours is a party of women, by and large.
And I've no objections.
The person I believe in is myself.
Well, hello. Aye, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border, where quarrels... occur every other. Do you come again?
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
Aye? In need of a doctor, are you? What's this you're giving me? Oh, I see. You want me to run some sort of test on this? Determine what manner of substance 'tis? Interesting. Well, you've certainly piqued my curiosity. Whatever your reasons, I'll take a look. Naturally, I'll need a bit of time with it. Come back again in... oh, I don't know. Later.
Got to make hay while the sun shines. If I could.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Here.
Suppose I'll start dusting. A little else to do.
Well then, son. How might I be of service? What must take pride nodding off where I stand?
This looks
What am I
as good a
supposed to do
place
about
as
it?
any.
What is true peace?
Have a gander at my wares. You shan't regret it. Hope to see you again ere long.
Got to make hay while the sun shines.
Time for an early supper. What's the point? The morrow will be no different.
Ah, there you are. You've come at a good time. I've just finished running those tests. I must ask, where did you acquire that concoction? 'Tis a fell thing you got there. To be plain, 'tis more poison than physic. It has the potential to heal one's ailment, certainly, but only if they could survive long enough, which isn't likely. Worse still, it has addictive properties that are likely to cause the patient to become dependent on its deadly effects. I say patient, but I should hope whoever made this did not intend it as a method of treatment. You'd have to be well and truly mad to attempt such a thing. Worse still, I say patient.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call a port about this reeks of a plot. Let us gather evidence that we might expose it.
Tomorrow will be no different. Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. I don't have enough to deal with.
It's been a hard day. This ox cart, I'll need to see some coin before I let you on. Off we trot.
What am I supposed to do about it?
lightning span.
Not like that. Not soon enough.
The Arisen reinforced. Quick, douse the flames! You are in need of healing. Allow me to wait right there. Bear in mind that we will see our groups without wavering assistance.
I just want to. So, do so. Danger.
Attack now, while the open potential is fixed on its favorite prey. Quickly now.
Meant to have any hope of victory, we must employ every tool and tactic at our disposal.
Perhaps.
First and foremost, we want to knock off balance. Prove a much easier target when lying prone.
This battle will demand all our strength. We must stand together if we are to seize victory.
I see you've been drenched. Dry off as soon as you can. Into our honor, and the behemoth will soon topple.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this. Well, then, right where it
Your next is no less
Let my magic imbue your weapons with the fury of the elements.
Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
Seems this is where my left ends. 'Twas a trial indeed, but
A ladder, is it? How convenient.
ah, excellent find.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Begging your pardon, sir, but I'm...
Quit acting so chummy.
I'm surrounded by winches on all sides.
Well met, sir. I take opportunities as they come, I'd say. Ought to head home before I get an earful.
What is life without welcome?
Somehow my feet always carry me.
Here.
Aye, this is plenty. Lord Phasus is like to be in your debt. Nicely done. Suppose it can't have been easy to procure this much so quickly.
You suppose wrong. I command their full faith. 'Tis simple for me to extract what I require.
Ha! You're a fearsome one. Here's hoping I ne'er end up in your care.
Enough. I gave you yours, now you give me mine. I'd not be seen here with you.
Ah, of course. Wouldn't want to hurt the Lady Saint's image in the eyes of the common folk, would we? Here's your special medicine.
Glad we understand each other. Till next time.
Aye, be seeing you.
This is not the first we've heard of Lord Phasus. What could his aim be, I wonder?
How very peculiar.
Some call it cultured, I call it dull.
I only hope my best is good enough. I can't wait to see what the day holds.
I must be the townspeople depend on me. Days like this week.
Out is giving me an achy back.
What to look forward to? Long prair's a waste of time. No one's listening.
Something fun to do.
I want to go home. I suppose that's enough for one day.
Is there aught I can help you with, sir? Oh, if you're looking for Lubomir, his condition deteriorated to the point that he had to be moved to the basement sick room. He's not allowed visitors, I'm afraid, not even family. Even we're not allowed to go see him. No need to worry, though. The Abbess is tending to him personally. She'll nurse him back to full health, I'm sure of it.
This place cheers me.
Is there aught Oh, he's not allowed visitors. No need to worry.
A short repose would do me a world of good. Might I beg but a moment of your time?
Might I beg but a moment of your time?
What are you doing?
Unhand me this instant.
Many thanks for your assistance in this matter. Elena is being questioned as we speak. Suffice to say, your testimony, combined with the evidence you've procured, have cast a great deal of suspicion upon the abbess that she isn't like to shake. Pray have this, sir. 'Tis your reward for aiding us in our duty to this city.
I've been on my feet all day. My legs are as lead. Who goes there?
What to do?
The soldiers need better training.
Now this is a conundrum.
I've more time than I know how to spend.
I might nod off.
That's
Timeless place.
Any loose coin about? Enough to make me rich?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above. I enjoy tackling fierce foes. Nothing to report, I'm afraid. Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray... Oh, I didn't...
This job better be worth it.
Might as well hang about.
Some call it cultured. I call it dull.